Kia ora Sam, nau mai, haere mai, welcome along.
Kia ora.
Now we have a Christchurch connection o tautahi.
We do.
E haere ngā tahi kōrua ko taku tūngane ki te kura. So you went to school with my brother.
Yep, your wee brother, yep.
Just so little. And we also have a mentor in common. Kei te mohi o koe kawai tēnā?
We do, David Chambers. What a wonderful man.
Yes,
huh?
He unleashed us on the world.
He did.
But I suspect he didn't teach you how to cook as well as drama, did he?
No, he just taught me how to be dramatic.
So tell me exactly what we're going to do.
We're going to be making gnocchi today.
See, gnocchi, you said the word.
People are terrified of gnocchi, aren't they? It sounds hard.
It does sound hard.
It's actually not. It really isn't. Yeah, and I'll show you. And so we'll have that with broad beans, peas, a bit of parmesan, bacon and mint, so lovely fresh spring flavours.
He tōwhiro hoki and a bit of a dessert.
Yes, indeed. Well, it was going to be a peach and polenta cake, but we don't have peaches in season at the moment, which is fine, so we're going to use pears instead. So lovely, it's like an upside down cake, and it's beautiful and it's rich, and that polenta adds something quite interesting to it.
Ko tētahi aku tino kai. Basically, if there's polenta on a menu, I'm there.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so just describe to me the gnocchi that we're going to make, the whole gnocchi menu.
So what we'll do is we'll make the ricotta, so we end up with this soft cheese. Okay, we mix it up with some parmesan and some flour to bind it. Okay, then we chop it into wee bits. We poach it. And that's the gnocchi, and then we add, we've got a wee bit of cream, peas, broad beans, some bacon, a bit of lemon zest, some mint, and there you go.
Mō waiwai ana te waha, that sounds amazing. Like we should start it right now.
Yep. So, I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world. You literally let it come to a slow simmer. So we'll get that over a fairly low heat. And I just say, what, 2 litres? Just a thing of milk.
Oh, te kato, so all of it?
Yep, all of it. We take a bit of lemon, provides a bit of acid to help split the milk. We just let that come to a slow simmer. We've got these wee broad beans, and there's nothing wrong with frozen broad beans.
Oh, no?
Not at all, no. I mean, fresh ones are great, but frozen ones are okay. They're like peas in a way.
How tohu? So what are your little tips, instructions
So
for doing
the
this?
wee secret is you make a wee tear and then you just squeeze it out. And when they're frozen, because the broad bean itself is still quite solid, so you won't be crushing it, so you can just pop it out. And it makes it so much easier. Well, in the meantime, shall I fry some bacon up?
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, I'll do this.
You can use bacon, but you don't have to. You can use prosciutto or pancetta or whatever you like. But I love a bit of bacon, adds a good bit of flavour.
No, that's a Christchurch thing as well.
Is it? Why is it a Christchurch thing?
No, I'm just going to say it. Ko pai te pekana, is that looking like you want it to?
Well, we're getting maybe a bit more crispy, but you know what's really cool about this is that I will use this pan to cook everything else in later on, so you've got all of that flavour from the bacon, all those scrapings at the bottom, which will bring up and mix into that sauce, which is really cool.
Yeah. Me tapahi te pekana?
Yeah, do you want to chop it up?
Yeah, cool.
Right, so to the pan, we're going to add this cream.
How much cream is that? Creamy?
It's about 100 ml. We want it to bubble down and reduce down a wee bit.
So, but what it's going to end up doing is covering he momo ranu, it's a sauce.
It's just this beautiful creamy sauce to go with the gnocchi. So we can add that, and we can add the peas and the broad beans as well.
Pai ngā tai, I love these colours going on.
It's great, it's so spring, isn't it? And so we can let that bubble down a little bit more and let the cream reduce.
Kei te aro anō tāua ki te tihi, so we're back at the
So you see,
ricotta.
we're just about there. See, it's splitting now, and we've got the curds that are coming up. And what we need to do now is separate the curds from the whey. So we take a bowl to collect all the whey, and then a tea towel to strain. But we don't want to squeeze all the water out because that will make it quite chalky. Okay, so we just want to sort of drain it and just let it sit. Yeah. And what we have here is ricotta.
Pai hoki te kakura.
Easy, huh? Who would have thought?
It is easy. Wow.
It's our finished ricotta. That's all fresh and ready to go. And a food processor at this point is easy. Right, and we get to really go to town with the parmesan. So I think like as much parmesan as you like, and I like a lot of parmesan.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah. But the last thing we want is for the gnocchi to be tough. The one way they will be tough is if we overmix it when the flour's in there. That's about 250 grams of ricotta, and from there we add about 50 grams of flour, and this is just to bind it so that it sticks together. So at this point, we can turn it out, roll it into logs, and cut it into gnocchi.
Wow.
So I've got a pan of water simmering here. Just very carefully, just drop them in, and it doesn't take very long at all. You can see they're already starting to move around. See how they've risen to the top?
Aye.
Which means they're all ready to go. And all we need to do, and we just add that to that.
He koko whai kōhau ne, so we're using a slotted spoon there. Yeah.
So we drain it properly.
Wow.
And a bit more parmesan over the top because why not? And a bit of mint. So we just shred that in our fingers.
Please tell me that it's tasting time.
It's so ready to eat, right?
That looks amazing.
After you. I hope they're not golf balls.
Oh my goodness.
Is that right?
It's so good. I could keep on eating this, seriously. But I happen to remember he keke hoki. There is a cake. Peach and polenta cake that's not peach and polenta, it's pear and polenta.
Pear and polenta, which is just as good. You use whatever you've got in season. And pears are lovely for this kind of thing because it's an upside down cake. So butter, golden syrup, 80 grams of brown sugar. So I'll sort these pears out. So what I'll do is I'll slice them up relatively thinly and we can kind of arrange them around in a circular form.
So what else do you want me to do here?
Well, if we get a tin and we could line it with some baking paper, how about that? So we spread that all around the base and then we arrange these pears over the top.
Piwari, that's so cute.
Yeah, amazing, huh? So now we can make the batter to go on top. So 175 grams of sugar and 125 grams of butter. So the lighter this mixture, the lighter the butter and the sugar mixture, the lighter the end result.
Okay.
So it's always really important to, to beat this up until it's nice and light and fluffy and creamy.
Okay, I'll give it a go now. Now that's, oops.
You keep mixing and I'll drop the eggs in one by one.
Te rua ngā heke, so 2 eggs.
Yep. There we are. So now that we've beaten the eggs, we want to get the dry ingredients, so that's the baking powder and the flour. You always want to sift flour into a cake mixture because it brings air into it and it keeps it nice and light. So this is 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 180 grams of flour. And we just gently fold that in, we don't want to over-mix it. So from here we've got 2 tablespoons of polenta that we'll fold in.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't seem like much, but it really adds to it. And then we've got a cup of natural yogurt. And we'll just fold that in as well. And that's that done.
Natural yogurt.
So that's basically done.
It looks ever so good.
So we'll just smooth the top off there. Of course, because this will come the other way around. So we put it into our preheated oven, 180 degrees, for about 40 minutes until it's risen and golden.
The keke. I haven't forgotten the cake. Okay, I'm really focused. But there's a cake still. Pear, how's it going?
It's all ready to go.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, see how it's all risen and golden? We've got all the caramelisation around the outside.
That looks amazing. So to serve the cake, is there anything you have to do, or is it just a tip? And
what we want to do, because hot caramel, there's nothing worse than being burnt by it, so you want to let it cool down a little bit and then we'll tip it over onto a plate.
Oh, what?
Good, huh?
Tapu tapu ke ana. That is a bit mind-blowing, actually.
I say we get into it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, yeah. Oh my gosh.
So see, look how it's caramelised the pears. It's a bit of a show-off, isn't it? So...
Oh, engana ka kite ana tēnei wahanga. As soon as you see that, you go, wow. I mean, you could have icing sugar, but it doesn't need anything else, is it?
No, absolutely, and it'll be sweet enough. You see, it's quite spongy and sort of light on the inside.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, which is really lovely.
I'll clarify that with a taste.
Come on, go for it.
I think both of us should try it, really. It looks so light in the middle there.
Yeah. I just love how it's all caramelised on the outside.
Oh my God.
Good?
So good.
And that polenta adds something to it, doesn't it?
I have nearly forgot about polenta.
Yeah.
I love that little crunch.
It's good, huh?
And it's really nice and light.
And the pears are lovely and subtle, but when things like nectarines or peaches come out, and it adds that nice slight twang,
But really doable, really delicious. Actually, there's been a lot of enlightening moments.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Brilliant. Yeah.
Because you're from Christchurch. Thank you so much for coming.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Just focus on this just a little bit more.